Thanks for joining me at 6:30. I'm Rick Marinon. We're throwing out our usual format tonight for the final time before he retires. Tulsa Police Chief Wendell Franklin spoke with our Sarah Whaley about his time leading one of the biggest police departments in the state, a time that's had its ups and downs and good and bad. We're giving him 15 minutes unedited in his own words, with the exception of one commercial break. Let's send it over to Sarah.
Joining me now unedited and in his own words, Tulsa Police Chief Wendell Franklin. Thank you so much for joining us, talking about your retirement coming up on Wednesday.
Yep, it's getting close, Sarah.
It really is, and that's my first question. How are you feeling? I imagine this is bittersweet because you've dedicated a good portion of your life to this department.
It is. It's bittersweet, but everybody keeps asking me, hey, what are you sad to go? And I'm not really. There hasn't been a moment where I've been like, teared up or anything like that. It's just, it is bittersweet. I'm going to miss the people I work with and work around every day. I'm certainly going to miss some aspects of the job. I think I said on another broadcast that about 80% of the job I won't miss, but there's 20% of it that I will certainly miss. But I don't have any reservations about leaving. It's certainly time for me in 27 years of doing the job. I think if I were still out in a patrol car, I think I would miss it more, but I hadn't been in a car in a long time, so.
This takes a toll too. We've talked about that. Let's talk about the last 4 years a little bit. What do you feel, if you can pick one, as your biggest accomplishment as chief?
Biggest accomplishment, I'm going to say probably the Real-Time Information Center, and I only choose that because I know it's a building block, and I know what the future of law enforcement is going to look like in a few years, and I think the Real-Time Information Center is going to be a catalyst for a lot of the technology that's coming online, and I just think it's got the possibilities are endless to what it's capable of doing.
For folks at home who may not know what Artik or the Real-Time Information Center is, just a short synopsis of what they're doing in there.
Yeah, so really what they're doing is they're taking information that they're gathering from all sorts of different sources, open source data, social media. When a call comes into dispatch, they are looking at the call, looking at the person calling or the suspect description, and trying to find any information out that they can as an officer is en route to the call, and hopefully that gives the officer a better vision of what's taking place before they even get to the call. So there's other things coming online. We have text to 911, which just debuted earlier this year, and we also have coming online in the next month or two the ability to stream video. And so streaming video, that center receiving that video, able to push that to an officer, able to help dispatch as the dispatcher is trying to discern the information to type into the system. The Real-Time Information Center is looking at that, trying to see what other information they can get from those calls.
And it's been successful already. I know I see updates on Facebook all the time that it's really helping out.
Yep, extremely successful, and again, not something that I could have done or accomplished without the support of the men and women of the department. I mean, it's just amazing, the group of people that gathered around and embraced the direction that we were going, and took on those projects and saw them through to the end. I just created a vision and said, this is what I want to do, and I let them run with it and determine how it was going to end up.
So you're leaving your footprint. That's awesome.
Yeah,
with their help.
Yeah, and of course the mayor and city council for the funding. I mean, that's the crucial piece. Everything, everybody has an idea, but if it's not funded, it can't come to fruition.
I talked to incoming Chief Larsson the other day kind of about what he's looking forward to and looking to do. What do you think is the biggest challenge for him coming in?
Oh, 100%. It's recruiting and retention.
Which is what he told me too.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the #1 problem in law enforcement right now. How can we get people into the job? We need reliable individuals. We need people that have integrity and a heart of service, that want to be a part of this department. And in the whole field of law enforcement, not just in Tulsa, but all across the nation, we're experiencing a problem with people wanting to take on these roles. So it's a systemic problem.
Yeah, a several-year problem. We've talked about it pretty much every year you've been here. I think you and I have done a story about it. So
yes.
So he will come in and face that, and hopefully, he said there's 18 in this next academy, and he wants to get it, you know, up to the 30 that are supposed to be in there.
Yep.
So
18 in this class, potentially a full class for the next one, and we are hoping that that's going to be the next thing. Is just we want full classes because we know that in due time we're going to be losing a lot of officers because of some pension legislation changes.
Yeah. All right, we'll see what happens there. What's your most memorable moment as chief? There's been a lot happen, Chief, since you were put in this position, and not a lot of it has been good.
Right.
Some of it has, but do you have a memorable moment where you can go, man, I remember this is why I do this job, even as chief?
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't. The memory I have is just one, I think, that really encapsulates why we do the job. And you don't really get a lot of thanks. There's not a lot of people that will give you accolades for doing this role, because we always see people on their worst days. But you know, out of tragedy comes good, and you know, losing Sergeant Johnson was huge for our department. But I will tell you, the thing that was most therapeutic about it was during the procession, when we were in the procession and going across the city, there were cars stopped and people standing outside of their cars as the procession went by, showing support. And I can remember I was picking people out that I knew. I know of one individual that was standing outside of his car, and I don't know why I found him. I mean, of all the people, I found a person that I knew and saw him standing at attention, and you know, that was very moving. And I think our department appreciated it. I know all the officers appreciate it, because it's not something that you see every day. So, and then also the fundraiser, just the hordes of people that came out to show support. It means Tulsa's different than everywhere else.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're speaking with the chief about some of the toughest times on the job and how he feels about Black Lives Matter being Tulsa's first black police chief.